Shantaquillette.
Shantaquillette.
But they call me Shantaque. Everybody calls me Shantaque.
Shantaque. I love the Q part.
I know. I like that too. It was kind of weird when I was saying Studio Q. I was like,
I know, right? You like, excuse me, it's Shantaque in the building. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, everybody, my name is Quencie Thomas. I am the host and founder of Studio Q. And recently I posted a video to my Studio Q Facebook because I became obsessed with TikTok not too long ago. And anything that made me cry, laugh, jump up and for joy, dance, I would share. And I shared Shantaque's video of her dancing in front of her kids. And when I tell you, just in a few short weeks, I don't know the exact time it went viral because I post so much, but that video now has over 3 million views. And Shantaque has said that Shantaque has said that her video is on multiple platforms, and it's accumulated almost 10 million or over 10 million views.
Absolutely.
You got it. I mean, the screenshot when you texted me, the screenshot that you gave me was D.L. Hughley had reposted it. So you got celebrities reposted the video as well. Please tell us about just being viral, just doing the video, being viral, all of that.
Yeah, so it is surreal. Now, this was not my first time going viral, right? So I've gone viral.
Ooh, let us know. Let us know.
So,
You're a viral queen.
A viral queen. Call me social media celebrity, whatever you want to call me. Yes. But yeah, so it's not my first time going viral. However, this was the first time I actually went viral, and there was a plethora of celebrities sharing the information on multiple platforms like, Blavity, websites like that. So it was Patricia Shearer from the War Room, all these celebrities sharing this video. It was surreal. I was like, wow. Like, I pray for God to make my name visible so I can do all the great things that set in my purpose. And he is doing the work. Let me tell you.
He is definitely doing. I mean, I think everybody could relate to embarrassing their kids with some 90s dance steps, and you did it to the utmost. Oh my! What do your kids think of all your celebrity on social media and just bothering them with all these great dances that they probably don't know anything about?
Right. So I am queen of pissing my kids off. Right. So I love. So I love getting under their skin, right? So I just do random stuff throughout the house, and they're not always up to it. So my son, we typically do a lot of sketches on TikTok together, like playing sketches. But this time he was playing Call of Duty, and I asked him, did he want to see this dance that I did when I was in middle school? And he was like, no, I don't. I'm playing Call of Duty. And I'm like, you sure? And he was on FaceTime with several of his friends. So he was on FaceTime with several of his friends. So when you see him looking down in the video, he's looking down at his FaceTime screen at his friends. So,
oh my gosh, that is a great fun fact. That makes it even better.
So yeah, so I just turned on the screen and just turned on TikTok and started doing my moves. And he was literally, that was a real moment reaction. Like literally, I would do it any other time with you when you ask, but right now I don't want to do it, and I did it anyway. So
I love it. I love it. What has been the feedback from him and his friends? Because I know you get to hear some type of feedback because you guys do sketches, but this was not one he wanted you to do necessarily.
Yeah. So he was really surprised and shocked. And so when I told him, I said, hey, this video is going viral. Like when I was first looking at it, it was up in the 50 to 60,000 views. And I believe I went to bed that night and woke up and it was like at 600,000 views. And so, and when I read the comments of all the mothers and, parents like, oh my God, I do this all the time with my child, or I wish I could do that with my child, or I can't wait till I get old, my children get old enough so I could do this.
So you really struck a relatable chord with most people.
Yes. And that's what my content is relatable and funny on a plethora of things, a lot of stuff that people don't want to talk about. And just, bringing joy to people's homes, because I know how it is to be sad, to be in a bad mood, and just, scroll through TikTok and it just changes the mood all over.
Big time, big time. I want to know, when did you just become into social media in the way that you have? And what was the first time you went viral? I'm curious.
So I've always been on social media. I started blogging like in 2013. I had a blog called Style Follows Her, which was actually on this page. This page used to be called Style Follows Her. And so I used to, go out to different events and blog about different events around Dallas, talk about fashion and beauty. And so then I had a transition in my life. I'm a former IRS revenue officer. And so I traveled and moved to Arkansas and lost a few of my girlfriends to breast cancer. And I started a nonprofit organization. So I would use my nonprofit organization and my social media to talk about it. And then I took my own shift in my health. Ended up having a heart attack and a stroke within 8 months apart before I turned 41 years old. Yeah. So,
are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Serious. But you can't tell, girl. Let me tell you now.
You sure? Listen. You don't look like what you've been through.
Hey, I always tell you, can see my glory, but you don't know the story, and it's a long one.
Ooh,
but
I love that. That's
a
bar.
You say I can hear you.
I said that's a bar, like a rap bar. That's,
yeah, right.
That should be in a rap song.
I might try that next. Hey. Yes. Oh. So I had the stroke and was going through therapy and physical therapy. I went through physical therapy, occupational, and speech therapy. And during that time, it was a lot of isolation at home. It was either I was at, physical therapy, or I was at home, resting, scrolling through social media. So I didn't really know about TikTok until about later 2020. So maybe around November, October, I started scrolling through it. And then I decided to create me a page. And so I created a page, and I think I did one video of my husband doing some kind of crazy, silly dance. And then one day my daughter was like, hey, do you want to do this TikTok with me? And I was like, sure. And we did the TikTok. I think we did 3 or 4 TikToks, and it just brought me so much joy. And at first I was kind of, it was all organic. I wasn't trying to go viral, didn't know anything about viral, how people went viral. I just truly loved getting on camera, having fun and doing voiceovers and watching everybody else enjoy themselves. And so one day I was having a really bad day, and I thought about an experience I had with my mom when I was a child. And I remember she came to my school to bring me some amoxicillin. I don't know if y'all remember that pink medicine they used to give you when you were sick. And they put it in that little squirt.
Yes.
Yeah. So my mom would come up to the school to give me the medicine. Well, one day she came up to the school, and it looked like she had a ski mask on, and she was gonna sick herself. And so I was so embarrassed. Wow. I was so embarrassed, right? She had like a skull cap on and a flannel. And these moon boots, and everybody was like, whose mama is that? And I was like, not mine.
I don't know.
I'm like, that's not my mama, that's my auntie. So I thought about
oh, that's so funny. Poor mom,
right? And she's always saying it was not a skull cap. I'm like, well, whatever it was, it was not the right thing. It was not the best choice of fit to come to my school to give me my medicine.
Right.
She redeemed herself though. But I thought about that day, and I got on camera and started telling a story about how my daughter went to the school, and they were saying this strange guy was picking her up every day. And I ended up describing how the person looked. And it was like, he was frumpy, his hair was fragile. He had a mustache. He was out of shape. And then the punchline is, it was me this whole time. So that was the punchline, which everybody was laughing at my pain and wanted to see this picture of what the school sent over. And so that went viral. So it went viral, where it was, Fred Hammond shared it, Buffy from Real Housewives,
everybody.
Tamir from Kevin on Stage's crew, all these people shared this video, and that's when I was like, hey, I'm really doing something that I love. I've always, loved comedy, sketch comedy, improv as a kid. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what other great things are in store with what I'm doing.
What do you want to eventually use your platform for? Like, what do you see in your future building? Because you were a blogger. Like, how different is this from blogging and going to events and doing stuff like that?
Yeah, I think this is a lot more. It takes a lot less work. I tell you that. I don't have to write or anything like that. I do have to actually write my sketches out, but it's a lot easier because I'm really doing something that I love, and that's really, entertaining individuals. I am a nonprofit leader. I do have my own consumer goods company, and so one of my big things is really educating and empowering others. So I want to use my platform to empower women. Empower, couples, marriage, because we talk about everything. And so I just use a humorous way to talk about a lot of things that other people talk about or don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I know, like in one of the go back and forth messages that we had, you said that having a stroke and having a heart attack made you really want to focus on the moments with your kids. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so life is so delicate and so short, and we take it, so for granted, right? We think we're gonna be here every day. We think we're gonna have those opportunities, and they're just not promised to us. And so I just really want to leave a legacy for my children, and outside of money and material things, but just the memory of me. And knowing that they, had these really great experiences with me, not even if it was at their own expense,
They could be laughing about mommy.
Yeah,
even if mommy's not here.
So I used to be so busy, and so involved in my nonprofit work, and then doing my consumer goods company, that I was always gone and on the move. And so it made me realize that I needed to be still and embrace those moments with my children and embrace those moments that I have with my friends, and just being able to show the world another side of me, because everyone always sees this professional, nonprofit leader, this CEO, and the IRS revenue officer, that's what everybody see. That was not really close to me. And so I wanted to show people another side of me. I would love to act. I would love to act and do sketch writing and sketch comedy. So I'm here in the next month. We'll be taking some courses at Dallas Comedy House to perfect those skills. But
yes,
yeah,
I love that. You're taking it to the next step to work on your craft. That's dope.
Right. I had someone, I did a podcast interview a couple of weeks ago with comedian Michael Sean, and I was just telling him all these things that I wanted to do, and he's like, hey, I need you to come up to the improv. I'm doing a show and I want you to come on stage. That didn't happen. I actually got COVID in the last 2 weeks. So I caught COVID. Wow. And so I wanted to make sure I protected others till I retested it again. But I'm good. I'm great. God is good.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
Oh my. So you done had a heart attack, a stroke, and COVID.
I told God I don't want to do nothing else.
I know. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy that you're better now. Like, that is just, woo, that COVID. Yeah. I mean, people survive it, but we don't want nobody to get it.
Yeah, and it's even the lingering effects. But I'm like, I'm glad I got through it. But I'm like, God, who is up there working? Like, is you away from your desk? Like,
are you out to lunch?
Because surely I wasn't supposed to get COVID.
Oh my goodness. What was so how do you see your life now with the transformation from how you were when you were busy? Like, can you feel the difference in your life now that you've chosen to spend more time and not be all over the place?
Oh, absolutely. It's a solitude that I can't explain. Just, being very, very intentional with my time, because, I always say time is the greatest commodity that this earth can ever see, because you cannot replace time. Once it's gone, it's gone. So yeah, you know, I'm really intentional with what I do, how I use my time, saying no more frequently. I used to really have a hard time saying no, especially when it came to my passions and breast cancer, which my nonprofit is about, our mission is about. And so I was always like, yes, I could do this. Yes, I could do that. And just really being depleted. Right. And so now it's like, you know, hey, no, I can't do it. This is what I do. And if it's not on the calendar, I don't make room for it. You know,
nice.
Yeah,
nice. Oh my god, you got your time. And what is
reclaim?
You got your you reclaimed your time.
Reclaim.
I was like, I know Maxine Waters said something. Reclaim your time.
Yes, she said the truth. Reclaim your time, because you can't get it back, and a lot of people don't respect it. You know, because when you want it back, that's the thing. When I'm looking for people to give me time, I can't get it. So I'm like, hey, I gotta do this. I gotta do another way. Because first, I don't want to have another stroke. I don't want to have another heart attack. Right? But yeah, I'm just living life intentionally and unapologetically.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on the stroke and the heart attack, but like, I just can't believe that you had both of them in such a short amount of time. What were the symptoms of the stroke that you knew you were having it, and then the heart? Like, how different were they?
So they both were really, really different. Okay. So the thing is that the things that they don't talk about in the community is you know, health disparities, and you know, us as Black women. They're talking about it more now, us as Black women, and how we're so strong and we're supposed to get through all these things. So a lot of times the practitioners don't take our symptoms seriously, or they think that we're, you know, crying wolf or over exaggerating our symptoms. And so I was having these symptoms from since 2012. I was someone who worked out all the time, was fairly slim, you know, and I started having heart palpitations. Since 2012, had a stress test done, all these different things, right? And so the week before I had my heart attack, didn't have a massive heart attack. It was very mild, thank God. But I had a week full of symptoms before I actually went into the hospital. And so it was a lot of tiredness, a lot of pain on the right side of my body, which most of the time with the heart, they tell you it's on the left side. Well, but now I've learned that any pain up here could be related to the heart. So don't just, you know, sit down and say, hey, oh no, that's not what that is. But yeah, so I was having all these symptoms, and went to work one day, started feeling really nauseous, said I was going home for the day, went home for the day. My husband had went into work. He, you know, had counseled me and was like, do you want to go into work? You know, I mean, he said, do I need to go into work? And I'm like, yeah, you could go. And he ended up not feeling comfortable. He went to work, called my daughter. By the time she came to the room to see me, I was already having sharp pains in my chin, down my neck, and there you go. And then 8 months later, while I was at work looking fabulous, my curls was just like this. Literally.
Nice. They popping. Them curls are popping.
My curls was like this.
Curls are popping.
Look, my face was like this. I was looking fabulous. I didn't wake up that day with no pains, nothing. I was feeling great. Went in the office with my manager, high-fived him, was getting ready for a town hall meeting. Next thing you know, I'm sitting at my desk, writing down on a piece of paper. I started feeling like I was dizzy, like the room just started spinning all of a sudden. I remember getting up, feeling like this side of my face was like paralyzed, like I couldn't move it. And next thing you know, my manager was standing over me with EMTs there, and I went to the hospital. And so I had some left side paralysis. It really affected me more cognitively than anything. So I did have, you know, some issues, you know, communicating, kind of just, you know, my thoughts not, you know, adding up in my head. And so I had to go through some intensive therapy, which I'm so grateful for, that I was, my therapy ended February of this year. So
really, that recent?
I had my stroke in 2019. Yes. So for me to be able to dance, I had a cane, I had a walker. I remember having to get help to to the bathroom, right? So to be able to dance when I'm dancing, they just don't know how much dancing
people have
means
no
to me.
idea.
They have no idea how much dancing means to me. I love to dance. So, sadly to say, when I was on my bed and I was, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, damn, you're going to take away my ability to twerk and be able to drop it like it's hot? What is life if you can't drop it like it's hot? If you can't twerk, that's just no life. I'm just saying.
What gave you what gave you the determination, like, I'm gonna get through it day by day. I'm gonna go from this walker to walking without it, to, like, did you have personal thoughts or prayer to help you?
It was very scary. It was very scary. When I would go to therapy, I would see people who had really massive strokes. And I would see those that, were in the middle of conditioning and getting back together, and those who got treatment later after their stroke, and saying that I didn't want to be like that. Like, I didn't want to be like that. I did not. I was going to do everything I could to have a normal life again. I didn't like being on a cane. I didn't like to rely on other people. My husband had to change a lot, in his daily regimen to help me, and that's a lot of stuff that's one of the things that people don't talk about either, marriage and how that, when you have a
that's what that was going to be my next question is, what did you learn about yourself, and how did your marriage, work during this process? Like you said, he had to do different things that he never had to do before. I'm sure your children too.
Yeah. So it's really hard. It's really it's a blurred line between husband and wife and caregiver, right?
Yes.
So it's like, hey, we try to get romantic in the bed, but just an hour ago you had to help me wipe my ass in the bathroom. So it's like,
right. Look, that's why friendship is key. Right. As a foundation.
Right. I'm so glad I made my husband wait like 180 days to have sex, right? So he could just build a friendship, right? Yes. Because out there,
you don't know what you're gonna have to deal with.
Right. Most people don't. It's unexpected, but it really brought us closer together, right? And we were like, hey, we get through this, we can get through anything. And this is just tough. People be fighting for the most trivial things. And I'm like, no, it's not that serious. It could be worse. And so, him just having to change himself overnight is mentally draining for anyone, for the faint heart. So I just say, hey, it taught me strength. It taught me resilience. It really taught me empathy. But I'm twice as strong as I was, and I'm like, God, you got me through this. I can get through anything. But don't do nothing else.
Don't do nothing else, because I gotta be in some movies. I gotta be in some sketches. I gotta be on stage. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. I just wanted to zero in on that because there's so many Black women who are strong out here, just like you. They are the pillar of their family, the matriarch, all of this. And so to go through a debilitating situation like that, and you don't have any control because you are trying to get walking back together, you're trying to get talking. So I just want to hear about, like, this strong person in the community worked out, then do this, helping everybody, and now you need help.
Right. It's hard. When you are the one that everyone relies on, and everybody thinks about, you're the strong person, you're the voice. It's very challenging. But I find is that there's no room for complaining, right? There's no room for complaining. I went through a lot, mentally, just like, hey, like, God, why? Like, what are you trying to show me at this time? It really pulls you up by the lapels. And I just had to figure out what God wanted me to do, you know, because my faith is really important to me. Because I'm like, well, I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. Like, hey, what's going on? You know, I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? You know, because I want to get it.
He said, I want you to look out. He said, I want you to look out of this window over here.
Right. I'm like, I need to get it right this time, right?
But I mean, I think that it's awesome that you had a husband that would do that, you know, and that you had to rely on somebody, and you did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you did. You had to be the one, because you just don't know when that time is going to happen to any of us, where we're going to need somebody to be there.
You know, you talk about, hey, I'm gonna do this the next day, because I promise I said everything that I was gonna do that Tuesday morning. I know I said I was gonna do a lot of stuff the next day. I know I did. Yeah. I know I had my whole week planned out of what I was gonna do. I know.
And that wasn't on the schedule.
And that
none of that was on the schedule.
That was not on the schedule.
It was not. It was not. So do you still blog at all? Do you still even blog?
So I do still have my blog. I do still have my blog up. I don't have any new content on there right now, but I do plan on getting it. I mean, it's a lot of work, you know, blogging, TikToking. You know, it is a lot.
Girl, don't I know? I mean, and writing, Lord, writing and writing. You know, people think writing is a big deal.
Yeah, it is a lot. You know, even when I'm you know, trying to convey my thoughts, because still I'm trying to convey my thoughts as a person who had a stroke. So it's not the same. I'm not working with the same mind frame cognitively that I did prior to my stroke. So it takes some time for me to convey my thoughts on paper, to say, hey, this is what I'm trying to say. So that's what I said. Hey, this is what I want to do. I got to perfect it. And I know there's a better way to do it than what I'm doing. Right. And I think, you know, and I know that God had just, you know, opened up this portal for me to say, hey, I open up the door for you. Now you got to do the work, right? You got to do the work. Because there's so much I want to do. I still have my nonprofit, which is very, very near and dear to me, that, you know, we do a big event in October. We weren't able to do it last year because of COVID, because our population is breast cancer patients. And so we have to be really sensitive to their health. But yeah, you know, just writing, if I could appear on, you know, Saturday Night Live, you know, something like that, that's
let's put it out there. Claim it. Put it out there in the universe.
And Tyler Perry, if you hear me, Tyler Perry, I want to be on the Oval, Tyler Perry. I can help you.
Nice. And look, and Tyler Perry, he got multiple shows, so not just the Oval. Right. Sisters, anything in development. I mean, like, you could be a writer on this show, an actress on that one, and then have your own show.
Yes, and I could do some of that soap opera acting. You know, it's just real over dramatic, you know. You didn't, you know, like with the music.
I love it. I love it, man. Like, how were your kids impacted by your health issues? Because you know, that's another compartment.
Scared, very scared. Yeah, they were scared. You know, my son at the time, he's 15 now, so he was 13, and my other daughter, I believe, was 16. So they were a little bit older, but they've always been, excuse me, Lord, the cough just came from anywhere. You can't get COVID through Facebook. I'm just telling you, Instagram. So,
I'm just thankful that you recovered. I'm like, I've been wanting to offer you water through this whole interview. I'm like, Lord. I was like, child, can somebody, let me get her some water, some apple juice?
God, look, I'm like, I ain't coughed all day. I'm like, wait till I do my interview. That's how the devil do. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, but they embraced it. They're really protective of me when it comes to my health. So they're always, you know, making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do, fussing at me, you know, telling me I need to sit down when they feel like I'm overdoing it. You know, everything that children will do, you know, if you have kids or you got a mother, you know, when they're not doing what they supposed to do, it's like, hey, you need to sit down somewhere. You know?
But I love that, because now they're invested in you in a way that they didn't know that they ever had to be.
Right.
You know, so they're seeing life like we could have lost our mom like that. No.
Right, right. And so they
Mm-hmm.
embraced it, and I've embraced them too. I don't know. I used to think, I think that was one of the biggest things I dealt with is like, well, what would my kids do without me?
Mm-hmm.
What is that like?
Mm-hmm.
Just having that emotion of feeling my husband lose me, because he definitely couldn't replace me, and I would haunt him,
Absolutely not.
for the rest of his life.
Right. What is that on my shoulder?
Right.
I love it. I love it. So what is your nonprofit called again?
It's called the Pink Peppermint Project.
Pink Peppermint Project.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys have a upcoming thing in October that
we're most because I'm in Texas, and our governor
that's why I did my eyes like
it's
that.
not the brightest.
You said Texas. I was like,
he's not the brightest. We used to have Rick Perry, and I could go for Rick Perry, and that's even bad to say. I'm just
I know. Texas and Florida, I don't know who wins. Go ahead.
Oh my God, yeah, you can't win for losing.
I know, right?
So we're not gonna have it. If we do anything, it's gonna be virtual.
Okay.
I pretty much scanned the hospitals in the area to see what they are doing as far as COVID is concerned, and with the Delta variant out there, it's just not it's just not the best thing to do. So anything that we do, it'll be virtual or it'll be drive-by style.
Oh, smart. That's smart. That is smart.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, okay, so Tyler Perry, the Oval. What else?
The Oval, Tyler Perry, the Oval.
We got
Kev on stage.
Say that again. I want you to put, I'm going to be quiet because I want you to put it all out there so it's
I'm the
recorded.
universe. Okay. So
go ahead.
Kev on stage if you hear me. That chick Angel if you hear me. I'm your girl. I'm talented. I'm smart. I'm beautiful. My curls is popping. Okay.
They popping. They really are popping. They really are.
Yeah, I'm funny, witty, and humorous, or whatever you want to say. Hey, Q. Hey, how you doing, Harold? Tyler Perry, Tiffany Haddish, all of them.
Ooh, all of them. Who would you say that you're most influenced by?
As far as comedians?
Yeah, comedians and just, in the acting world, because you want to act too. More comedic acting or just acting, period? More comedic.
Okay. So I am influenced by Dave Chappelle as a comedian. I like Dane Cook. Those are my two males. I really like Dave Chappelle and Dane Cook. And then I like as far as females, I like Tiffany. As far as comedy is concerned. And then I also like what's her name? Regina Hall. I like Regina Hall.
She is hilarious.
Yes.
I love everything she does. I mean,
Regina Hall and Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was a legend born her, so.
Yeah, right. You ever sit back and ask God, like, I like my parents, God, and I really love my parents, God. But I feel like either you could have made them rich or you could have gave Tracy my parents and gave me Diana Ross.
I mean, it's not, because even though she's Tracy Ellis Ross, it's like, your mom is Diana Ross.
Right.
You just can't get beyond that. That's an icon right there.
Baby. Yeah, Where did my love go? I cannot sing, so don't even try it.
The one thing you can't do.
Right. Because you know what? Because if I could sing, God already know I wouldn't act right.
You be singing everywhere.
I be cussing folks out, singing, and I be doing everything you say.
With a melody underneath it.
With a melody. No, God already knows. I be showing out in the pulpit, dancing, running across the church. She would not. Because if you made me sing, I'd be a gospel singer for sure.
Yes. Those are the best singers.
Yes.
The best ones are in the church.
Yes.
The best ones are in the church. Well, what has your experience on TikTok been? Because, it's been a platform where a lot of people has been able to grow their, communities So what has been your experience? I love TikTok.
Yeah, so I was able to. So I have over 140,000 followers on TikTok.
Nice.
And it grew pretty fast. It grew overnight. From my first, I think I went from 10,000 followers to like 70,000 followers in like 48 hours.
Wow.
So
that's when you went viral.
Yeah, it went viral. And so, I've done about, I think I've done about 6 or 7 viral videos. So I have like how TikTok algorithm goes, it kind of gives the followers what they want to see or what they think they like. So I have, all kind of niches, because I talk about marriage, I talk about parenting,
yes.
I do sketches and things like that. So I'm very versatile on my platform, and that's what people love. I'm very authentic, and try to be as transparent as I can. When I throw up, some pictures up with makeup and things like that, one lady was like, oh, I think she told me, she said, you should try, I don't know if she was trying to tell me to wear some type of foundation or telling me I need to put some makeup on. But then she came back and was like, oh, I Googled your picture. She's like, oh, you don't need none of my advice. That's funny.
You better recognize I've been out here. That's just one side of me, okay?
Yeah, right. I can clean up now.
Thank you.
It's just too much to put makeup on and doing TikTok videos.
Well, that's what I love about TikTok too, is that people are authentic. That they don't have makeup on a lot of times. They're just raw and real. They actually have supporters and communities where people really rock with them.
Right. Because you can write stuff too. Like, there's sketches I write, and then there's just times that I'm just, just sitting down, and I'm like, oh, I got something right now. I'm about to do it right now.
Yeah.
Read off everything. I'm about to do it right now.
That's what I love about
They got to
TikTok.
see this right now, because I'm gonna forget it. I can't write it down. I just got to do it.
Exactly.
So it's
now
those things.
TikTok Creator Fund, like, is that fruitful? Is that doing anything?
Oh yeah,
for
it's
you?
doing this thing for me. The TikTok Creator Fund is doing really well. I just got into the TikTok marketplace, so now I have access to brands, and brands have access to me. I got a partnership with Hoover Vacuum. I did that yesterday. Yeah, so it's a lot of opportunities out there, right? I'm doing a blood pressure machine in a few days. So, my biggest thing is to be able to educate and just figure out how I can put all this stuff together, right? Because at the same time, I'm a community healer, I'm a teacher, but I just want to use my platform to not only educate, but make people happy and laugh.
Yes, and that's what you're doing. You're doing it every day, every single day, and inspiring people. I mean, at least to get, if nothing more, just to get their curls popping.
Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. And I got, look, and these are 3C curls now. I don't want to
listen. But listen, they're beautiful.
Look
at that. You need to go ahead and do some I know, but you need to be doing some product reviews and stuff as well.
I need to do that too. Hey, I need to do that too. But I need to wait, because I'm working on my own stuff now, because there's a lot of stuff on the market that I don't like. Yeah, so
nice. Look at you.
I don't want to be selling nobody else's product and then switch up and be like, don't use their product no more. You got to use mine.
I can't even imagine what your life was before the stroke, because you just named like 11 things already.
Team too much.
You've recovered.
I need to take some stuff on, really. I'm that person who want to do everything.
She named 11 things.
Oh, I want to do everything. I do. I have a consumer girl company.
I love it though.
I have a consumer goods company called Girl Be Natural, and we sell body care and self-care products to create a higher standard of wellness for women. And so anything and everything on your body, we have. And so I say we do everything from head to toe. But preferably for those women who are going through perimenopause, like myself. Menopause, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I literally have heard like 3-4 businesses, right? Yeah. Just in this last 3 seconds. I love it though. I think of 5 more tomorrow. I know, but I'm gonna be like your kids. Long as you taking it a little bit more easier. Yeah, and making sure you relax and
I replaced all the moving and going with TikTok.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So, you know,
But you
I
also
still
get
get
in the
invited to
marketplace.
events, and I'm like, I can't do that. If it doesn't serve me or serve what I'm doing, then I can't participate in it.
And prior to this, you would just say yes. You would have
I was
a hard
doing
time
everything,
saying no.
Chad. I was burnt out. What they say? I was what they say? Rolled hard, rolled up wet, rolled up hard, something. Rolled hard and put up wet.
Well, I love it. I mean, all I see is go ahead. I'm sorry. Did I cut you?
I said no. I know you fine.
Okay. Well, I just see an even a brighter future. I mean, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but it seems like you also learned some incredible lessons, and your family became closer as a result. Oh, what somebody beat you?
You know what? I can't do nothing.
It's your babies. Is that your baby?
He ain't no baby. He's 15 years old. Like you can't wait to ask me if you can go somewhere after I get this. I've been telling you about this all day.
It's all good because I'm wrapping it up. I just wanted you to
I always say kids just don't like that. Kids. My kids don't want me to be great. I'm trying to tell you.
But listen,
can I have a bowl of cereal?
Does. But look, they don't want to ask you until you're talking to somebody else.
Right. I'm like, get a bowl of cereal, get cussed out later. I mean,
I love it. Oh, well, this has been a joy. You have dropped so much knowledge with so much warmth and, you know, comedy. And I just see great things for your future. I mean, you're already doing great things, but
thank you.
Bigger and bigger and bigger.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that I posted your video. Like, I had no idea. 3 million.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't either. You know, I'm not saying that I don't. It's a lot of stuff that I don't know. A lot of, you know, great brands out there. So I had never heard of Studio TV. You know, Studio QTV. And somebody tagged
a lot
me.
of people have it.
Well, actually, they have. I saw it. You have a huge following.
Well,
so a lot of my friends.
Well,
I had at least 500 friends that follow you. Follow your page because it tells you your mutual friends. So when my friend shared it with me, I was like, wow. And then I started, you know, skimming through the page, and I'm like, this is pretty dope. So I was really excited. And then when I told my daughter about it, I was like, my daughter had heard of Studio QTV, so she was like, oh really? I was like, yeah. I said, she posted my video and it's like almost at 2 million views. And so I hadn't gone back to see that it's already made it to 3 million.
Oh yeah, I think it's over 3 million now.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I just saw yesterday, New Edition Live, the New Edition Live page. New Edition, the music group.
Like the singing group?
The singing group, they have a page. And they posted the video, and it was at, I believe it was like 1.5 million yesterday.
Now you got Belle Biv DeVoe posted it.
Like, yeah, girl, his wife, Tisha Bivens. Tisha Bivens. Somebody said, look, Tisha Bivens liked your video. I said, oh my God.
That's so exciting.
I'm like, I'm just waiting for them to call me and say, can you do the routine on stage?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's going to be so many people. Yeah, no, I'm putting it all out there because, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be what you decide. You're going to have a plethora of things that come to you, and it's just going to be just like now, what you decide you want to do. So that's why I've been saying, put it out there, be specific so you can have the experiences that you want. And if you don't, just like Etch and Sketch, shake it up and create another vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love it.
That's so dope.
I'm just so proud of you. Gosh, like you didn't overcame so much in such a short time.
Hey, you never know why. You know, a lot of times everything is done for a good reason, right? It all serves a purpose. And I remember I retired from my job in April, right? And so right after I retired, I believe that my job got like a big bonus or whatever, right? Or it might have been right before I was getting ready to retire or whatever. They got this huge COVID bonus. And I remember telling my husband, I'm like, oh my God, like I don't qualify. If I'd have been working, I would have got this bonus and da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, but had you been working, that means you probably wouldn't have never had a stroke. And not saying that I wanted you to have a stroke, but just think about all the great things that have happened since you've had your stroke. You know, think about how your life has changed for the better. you know, and having the opportunity to be able to retire from my job, because it was running.
Which is awesome. Congratulations
yes,
for that. Awesome.
Yes, yes. Yes, thank you. So yeah, so when he put that into perspective, I was like, right. I'm like, because God knows what he's doing. And you know, he didn't take me out. He could have. And so I'm so grateful, and I'm just thankful for all the opportunities that I've had put in front of me, just be able to get on TikTok and use, you know, my humor, and my wit to make others laugh, you know. And when I don't do videos, I get inboxes like, "Are you okay?" You know, I actually had somebody, you know, people pay attention, right? People pay attention. You have people, you don't think people pay attention. Well, what I was doing since when I had COVID was putting pictures and reposting content. So I've been reposting content, and then I had a lot of stuff in my drafts. But you know, you could tell like I had different hairstyles and stuff. So I know somebody's like, what is going on?
Wow,
like,
they paying attention.
Girl, they reached out and was like, is everything okay? Like I noticed that you're reposting content, and I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, I have COVID, and so I'm not up to, you know, making any videos. I'm in isolation. You know, they had me in a chamber in my house where I couldn't come out. Literally, my son fixed my plate and slid it like across the floor.
Oh my God! Well, like, what kind of symptoms did you have? Was it rough? Do you still have it? Is it gone? Like,
so the only thing I have now is a lingering cough. But it started like I woke up Monday. Me and my daughter both woke up sick Monday. Like we just kind of felt like my allergies were acting up, right? And then it became, I had some congestion and cough. That was Monday. And then by Wednesday, I was coughing uncontrollably. Like I was coughing when I couldn't even control it. My chest was hurting. And so I said, let me go ahead and go to the, you know, emergency room to see what's going on. And so when I went to the emergency room, they were like, oh, you have bronchitis and pleurisy. We'll give you a Z-Pack and go home. They wait to call me, you know, sometimes I'm just, oh God. They wait to call me 5 hours before my flight to tell me I had COVID. And my husband was like, wow. And I'm like, why they couldn't wait till I got where I was? My husband was like, well, you know. I know that's so selfish. They wait till I got my stuff all packed up.
I know, right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I didn't get to go on my trip.
Anybody else in your family?
Nobody else. My husband and my daughter are vaccinated. My other daughter's not vaccinated, but she got sick. But she tested twice and she tested negative.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
And so now you just have the lingering cough, right?
I have the lingering cough, and then I go retest tomorrow. I have to retest tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. But I know that's going to be negative.
Of course, claim it. Claim it.
Name of Jesus.
I'm just glad that it didn't, you know, you're not in the hospital or nothing.
Yeah, you know,
like
that was lingering. You know, anytime I cough wrong, you know, that was lingering in my mind because I have underlying health conditions.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking about. Like, I'm so glad that, you know, you could even do this interview, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I was going to make that. I was going to make it. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got to do this. I got to do this for my girl.
I'm so happy that you said yes, and that, you know, I get to talk to you and hear your story because it's so important. Like your whole story is just amazing and inspiring for other people, you know?
Yeah. Thank you. You know, that's my goal, to inspire. You know, there's no what they say, no testimony without a test. And God uses you so you can help others. And before my viral video, I actually visibly put a post on my Facebook that said, God, make my name visible to the world, so you can use me to help those who truly need me. And
you need to frame that and put that in the house somewhere.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that, girl.
Yeah, even if it's a small frame, like
so that's what I did, and I went viral shortly after that. And so now it's, you know, and I know it's because of all the other amazing things that I'm doing, and God is just aligning them up. You know, you could be a comedian and have a nonprofit. You can be a comedian and have products.
Yes.
You can do all these things, but I'm just grateful. I'm just really grateful. It's so surreal. You know, you
Yeah.
see all these other comedians like Kev on stage, and
he really built himself up. Like, he really used social media
yeah.
to
And I
be
used
the
to watch
star
him
that
when he was
is.
like, yeah, I used to watch him early on, and
You've
I'm
seen
like,
him
wow, I
grow.
wonder how how you get to that point, you know. And at that time, I wasn't even really thinking about any, TikTok or even doing any, comedy. It was just like, wow, just watching him grow. And Country Wayne too, Country Wayne made a
Yes.
comment the other day. He made a post like two weeks ago about how, everybody used to laugh at him, and be like, oh, I see you doing your little skits and doing stuff like that, and even I used to get that. People like, oh, that's goofy and da-da-da. And I'm like, and one thing my husband used to say, now he does all my TikTok. Now he get into TikToks now, my kids do too. I'm like, you want to do a TikTok? He's like, sure. First I could get him to do a TikTok with me, and but first it was like, people would be like, oh, that's silly, I'm not doing that. And now everybody who was saying that is on TikTok now. And I'm like, and TikTok's not all about dancing and, it's an educational platform.
Yes.
People cooking, people, you have self-defense. Like I learned a self-defense move on there, so it's so much, and so my husband's like, one thing about you, he's like, I don't care. Anybody can rain on your parade. You don't care. You gonna keep on going. He said, no matter how much we talked about you and laughed at you doing your TikToks, he said, we see you setting up your tripod and you
and
about
look, now you're in the TikTok Creator Fund, in the marketplace. Like,
yeah,
your videos have went viral, just like you were talking about Country Wayne and Kev on stage. Like, everybody has to start, and it's a problem when people put the word little before your thing.
Yeah,
that's a red flag right there. My little what?
I see your little business. I see your little.
Yeah,
people do
look,
that.
It ain't little no more, is it?
Yeah, they can't help themselves, and that's the thing. Like, you had those people that were watching you when you had, and I think that's the great thing about it. Because when I was doing it, I had 43 views, and it didn't do anything other than could still empower me to do it. If I got 43 people looking at me, it's 43 people who like me, right?
I love
if there's
that.
2 people watching me, it's 2 people that like me. And that's all that matters. So I tell people, when you do it, don't get caught up in the following. I was telling a friend that the other day, and he's like, I feel like they're suppressing my videos. I said, but you didn't do it for the numbers, right? That's not why you're doing it. You're not doing it for the numbers. You're doing it because you enjoy what you're doing, and you're doing it to entertain others. And when I did it, it was bringing so much joy to my soul, and it was filling my spirit up that I kept doing it. And then it just, I'm here today. But yeah, you don't get caught up in the numbers and the followers and things like that. Just support those who support you, and just bring quality content that people love. If you start being inauthentic, or you start doing it for the wrong reasons, that'll be visible in your content, and people will see that you're not doing it for the right reason. You're not being authentic. Your content is rushed, so people see that. And so I just tell people to stay true to yourself and keep doing what you're doing, and entertaining those who want to be entertained and love you.
Yeah, always got to remember your why.
Yeah, got to remember your why.
Why am I doing this in the first place? Yeah,
right.
And I mean, you've given so much great advice just there in terms of social media. But what other advice can you share with women who, from breast cancer to having a stroke, to having a heart attack, to overcoming those things and standing in their purpose and still going for their dreams? And like you talked about, time being the commodity that we should really value more than anything. Is there some more words of wisdom that you can share with other women?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you only live once, right? You only live once, and you can't get any time back. Anything that you wanted to do it. The greatest success in life is failure, right? So if you fail, you already win it, right? Because you've already tried something, and there's other ways for you to adapt and to do it. But don't give up. Change the plan. Don't change the goal. That's what I tell everybody. As long as you're breathing, as long as you have a sound mind, you can do what you want to do. Just keep doing it. Don't get caught up in with the naysayers and people telling that you can't do it. You know, the mind is so powerful, and what we speak comes to fruition. What we think comes to fruition. So if you think that you can't do it, then you're not going to be able to do it, right? Yeah. But if you put in your mind that you're going to do it, and you put in the strategies to get it done, there's nothing else that should be holding you back. So I always say, just keep doing it. Don't get caught up in what everybody else is saying. You know, I don't let what other people think of me affect me, because it's none of my business. I'm my biggest fan. Can't anyone love me more than I love myself? Yes. And it shows. And like I said, just don't give up and keep on going. Don't get caught up with what everybody else is doing, where you see the glam here and the glam there, because you don't know what they had to go through to get there. So I always tell people, don't be praying for others to praying for what other people have, because you don't know what it took for them to get there. You know, you just ask God to give you the blueprint, and then you follow it.
Did she just drop a word? Where the collection play? Where does the collection play? You just dropped a word.
I know the Lord.
You know?
He heard my cry.
Love it. Please tell everybody where they can find you on all of these platforms so that they can follow, engage, and support you.
Absolutely. Follow me on Hey Shantaquillette. It's H-A. Do I know how to spell my own name? H-E-Y. H-E-Y. Shanta, S-H-A-N-T-A-Q. And it's Hey Shantaquillette TV on TikTok. You can also follow me on my Shantaquillette page on Instagram, but that is my professional page, so you won't get any funny on that page, right? You just get seriousness on that page. So, it's still me. It's just not funny.
But it's the business you.
It's the business side. You know, it's the business side. Yeah. So yeah. So go to and you can purchase stuff too, right? Don't let that. You don't get past that.
Please.
So that's why I gave you
tell
that.
Them what can they purchase, Shantaquillette?
Yeah. So I sell all kind of women care products, self-care products, deodorant, lotion, sea moss, elderberry syrup, stuff for your hoo-ha down there. You know, some of us go to the bathroom and we leave the bathroom in there and we already gone, right? You know how you ever go in the bathroom and people leave the restroom there and they already gone? So I got stuff for that too.
Yes, please. And gift it to a friend. Gift it to a friend. Well, it has been an absolute joy and pleasure to hear your story. I mean, it has so many layers to it. It's so relatable to so many other women out in this world who are just like you, strong, doing a million other things, and, hit that obstacle. But guess what? Overcame it just like you. So thank you.
Yeah,
keep
and one more
doing
thing,
it.
ladies, I want to say, take off your superwoman. Stop saying that you're a superwoman. I want to say that real quick. God just put that on my head because that was me. Stop saying you a superwoman, because you don't get a cape. You don't get any special powers, any gold coins by saying you a superwoman. You'll just be putting yourself in overdrive and doing a whole bunch of stuff that your body can't handle. You can do anything, but you can't do everything all at one time. Remember that. You can do anything that you want to do in the world, but you can't do everything. I just want to say that. Okay.
No, that was perfect. That was word. Don't think I'm gonna clip that I'm gonna clip that that part right there. That's going out to the world right there. That's because that's the word. That's a message. Because I think that we do that.
Yeah,
we think that we can do it all.
We put ourselves in overdrive. We get caught up in comparison. We see everybody else doing things, and we think, and it's like, no, you're not Superwoman. Remember, even Karen White told y'all that I'm not your Superwoman. I mean.
She sure did, and that went viral back in the day.
right. You wear yourself out.
No, that was a word. That was a word, and I think like your life speaks to that big time.
Yeah, you can do everything. Just don't put yourself in overdrive. Do all the great things that you want, but don't get caught up in those titles of Superwoman or balance, because there's no such thing as balance. You prioritize life.
Yeah. I love that.
Balance will get you in trouble trying to balance.
No, you're right. You're right. You do have to prioritize what's important and what needs to be put over here.
Right. Yep.
Definitely. Well, the last thing that I would love for you to do is just to say your name and you're watching Studio Q.
Hey, my name is Shantaquillette. Hold on, let me do it again. Hey, my name is Shantaquillette, and you're watching Studio Q TV.
Boom!
Boom!
You're natural. You a natural. Y'all all go follow.
Keep saying stuff.
Hey, Shantaquillette.
What else she saying?
Yes. Follow Hey Shantaquillette in the building. Yes.
Follow me, y'all.
Her flowers. Yes. Well, thank you so much for granting me this interview and being able to look into your life a little bit. And thanks for all the words for inspiring women who gonna watch this.
Yeah, and we got where you located?
I'm in Illinois.
Illinois, okay. Chicago.
Yeah. Now if I was in Chicago, I would say the Shy. I'm in Springfield, Illinois.
I'm from a small town north of. I'm from a small town 100 miles north of Chicago.
Well, first you go to Chicago, then you take a left down the highway. When I would go to I went to school in Atlanta. I went to Clark Atlanta University, and
awesome.
we go to the party. Yeah, and I went to the parties, and they always like, is Brooklyn in the house? And I would always claim Brooklyn because they was never gonna say Springfield. They never was gonna say is Springfield in the house.
Yeah,
never. So
I'm from Denver, so that's how the song.
Oh, okay.
And you remember when Denver did get on the map? It was DJ Quick saying Denver. They want to be like Compton.
Okay. So, but at least you had that. All I got is Abraham Lincoln and Barack Obama. Because Barack Obama, he launched his presidency on the Capitol here. But those are two big ones. But yeah, that's it.
I know the feeling.
Denver. Okay, so
are there black people in Denver? Of course,
exactly. Yeah, well, that's why I had to go to a whole HBCU because, a lot of my upbringing was very white. There were black people here, but my experience was very white. So
see, I did the opposite. I went to all black school. So it wasn't all black, but I went to school. It was Martin Luther King Middle School. So it was primarily, I would say, 88% black, and then we had a few Asian Hispanics. And then the white girls that we had, they might as well have been black because they used Murray's grease in their head and stuff. I had a friend that her name was.
They did not put Murray's.
So they could have their ponytail slick like ours.
I cannot.
So they might as well. So it really was 100% black, I guess.
It really was.
Yeah. And then when I went to college, I went to PWI for undergraduate and graduate.
What's PWI? What's that mean?
Predominantly white institution. See, when you go to HBCU, you even get the see. I always wanted to go to HBCU. I saw School Days, and I knew I wanted to go to a HBCU, but I didn't.
It's so much. It was so much fun. It made up for those 4 years made up for K through 12.
Yeah, I wish I could. My dad was like, "You just don't go there and be fast and have sex." I was like,
but all you need to do,
and but I'm still gonna get an education.
But at least you had a middle school with all black called Martin Luther King. I did.
Our school was the culture. A lot of our teachers went to HBCUs, so it was. I really did have a black experience in middle school and high school, so I can't say that.
Yeah, and that's monumental. Like I said, I had to go to a whole black school in a whole black town because Atlanta is super black.
Yes, it is.
And Clark Atlanta is right there by Morehouse, Spelman, Morris Brown. So I had to migrate just to get my black experience. So I'm glad that you got it early. Yeah, like we didn't even have black radio, girl. No black radio. I had to watch BET and MTV, and to get my
Denver
music.
was like that. We would get everything late. So we wouldn't get everything. So when I would come to visit my cousin in Texas, I would hear all the music and all the hits. And then it would come on the radio in Denver like 6 or 7 months later. And then my mom, she was like, I don't know what it is with black folks, but we're gonna take BT away so we couldn't watch it, right? Because she said, you know, when they had Rex and Effects and they was shaking their booty and stuff. And she's like, oh no, not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
You don't have them watching this. So all we had was VH1. So we was actually listening to worse because we was listening to Warren, My Cherry Pie, and all this kind of stuff. It was the same thing.
I know. That's when rock was in.
Yeah, same thing, different tone. Same message, different tone. So we started learning all that stuff.
Wow. But still, like, I'm a little envious of the junior high because, like, man, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, we did.
That young.
Martin Luther King, yeah.
You gonna ML Candy? It better be black.
Yeah, right. I went to a school called Martin Luther King in a small town in Idaho.
Right. Well, you know, when you said Illinois, we're in Chicago. Yeah, you know, if they ain't saying Chicago, trust me.
Right. Like, where are you from? Chi-town, Illinois.
Yeah.
I understand the state.
Right.
I guess you would say that if you were, where are you from, Texas?
Yeah. But you know what? I lived in Los Angeles for 16 years, so I also got the experience in an even bigger city than Atlanta. So
Did you like Los Angeles? Me and my husband were talking about possibly it would be a great career move to California or Atlanta.
Well, first, or Atlanta, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the weather you pay first. It's expensive.
Oh yeah,
but the traffic. These are all the negatives. The traffic, because you 405, you're gonna be in some traffic somewhere all the time because it's just. I mean, it's 17 million people. Like what you know,
right?
People get so mad, but it's so many people there. But the weather, like, man, the weather is awesome. I don't know how the weather is in Texas all year round, but LA
it's all over the place.
I mean, oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's been all over the place here lately. Yeah.
Okay, so I think you would love the weather, and you know, Black Hollywood, it's not as big as you would think. So if you're the kind of go-getter that you are, I think you would just really make power moves quick.
Yeah. In California or Atlanta, or just California?
Both
of them.
Both. Yeah, your personality. But I'm just saying, like, when I would go on the red carpets and stuff in LA, like, because it was LA, I thought, like, you know, so many, but like, no, it's the same. You know, we all know the same handful of Black artists that, you know, it's still only Denzel at the top. You know what I mean? It's still just only one Viola Davis. And then there's a whole bunch of others, but we know them too. And so I would go to different things, and there's a lot of people I probably interviewed 10 times just because that's how small. It's a red carpet all the time, but like, I forgot we a minority.
Right.
You know, I think I forget just because you on Instagram and your feed is all Black, you think, no.
Yeah, because it is small. I learned that with even the TikTok creators, like the Black TikTok creators. Like when I go to Clubhouse and we're in rooms, it's like, oh, I saw you on TikTok. And like, you know, a lot of us now, like Miss Jackson and Coachella, we all follow each other. And, you know, we all are getting to know each other. You know, we're using each other, sharing each other's content. You think that there's a lot, but it's really not.
No,
you know,
no.
Even when it comes to comedians, it's like, it's not a lot.
Yes, it's a small club. So that's what I'm saying. So if you're you, I think you could shine anywhere, and I think you will notice the same thing that you notice as a creator in those places. Like once you get in your niche, because you know, I'm sure you want to be with the Black comedians. I'm not saying that you would just be restricted to them, but you know,
I would be up your way, sure.
Well, yeah, I would too. Like, don't limit yourself. I'm just saying, just your natural interest. You'll notice, like, oh, okay, it's only like 10 of us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, because it wasn't 10,000 women on the red carpet interviewing people. Like, I noticed that immediately.
And I was like, oh. I was so impressed when I saw your page. And I saw all the people that you had interviewed. Yeah, that's impressive. Aww. You know, because when I started blogging, when I was blogging, that's what I would do. And I think the first well, I only had one celebrity event that I did as a blogger, and that was Minnie's Pantry here in Dallas. She hosted a party with Oprah, a gala with Oprah. And so, and Floyd Mayweather was there. It was, you know, all of the big hoo-hoos. And that was really fun. It was very overwhelming. I didn't do any interviews, but I was just working the red carpet. But I saw, you know, all these different, you know, Entertainment Tonight and all these different news outlets and how hard it was to, you know, ask questions and, you know,
yes, to get in there.
Oprah's only doing 2 interviews.
Yes, listen, that's exactly the way it is. And but you know, once you're in the town, there's a million red carpets. So there's smaller red carpets, you know, and only a handful of people. But it is an art to, because you know, you get there early. People, you do got to jockey and get I've had to learn a lot. And I remember being on the red carpet one time and somebody was like, "Oh, you work for who's Studio Q?" Because like my logo would be everything. Nobody knew that Q stand for Quencie, you know. So I was like, that's me. That's me. I work for me.
And I like the masculine name. It's so cute. Quencie.
That's my mama fault. She thought I was supposed to be a boy. And so instead of changing
I'm gonna just put an E in there and an N and I.
She said, but the sonogram said, oh, okay. Let me just change the spelling.
Black folks are creative. I always wonder that. My sister, my name is Shantaquillette. My sister's name is Courtney. And I'm like,
that is so normal compared to where did they come up with your name anyway?
So it's kind of a sad story. So my mom's cousin passed away and she was 9 months pregnant. And she was gonna name her baby Shantaquillette. And instead of, and I think my grandma said, "You better not name that baby no Shaka." And so she went with Shanta. She went with Shantaquillette.
Oh wow!
And I used to, for many years, I frowned upon my name. I did not like it. I did not like Shantaquillette because anytime people either spell it wrong, they call me Shantaquin, Shantaquilla, everything but Shantaquillette. And so my mom told me how bad it hurt her feelings for me to say that my name was Shanta. And so I was like, okay, I'll say Shantaquillette. And so when I went to the event, and I was on the red carpet, Oprah's publicist asked me what my name was. Mm-hmm. And I said Shantaquillette. And Oprah turned around very quickly and she said, Shantaquillette, that name should be in big lights. That name should be in bright lights. And that's all she said. And
that's all she needed to say. and look, it's the same thing. That's like, I'm so glad we're continuing talking because that's the same thing that your Facebook comment basically is. It's synonymous. You know what I mean? Like your name up in life for people to be visible, whatever. Yeah. And Oprah Winfrey said that, like, girl, how come that ain't in a tweet framed in the house?
Because I guess I just remembered in my head. I know Oprah.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. Yeah. Like I hated my name. I used to tell my mom, wait till I get older. I'm gonna change my name.
I'm gonna change it to something. Look, I'm gonna change it to something non-melanated like Kirsten.
No, look, mine was gonna be like Mary or
I was gonna be Kirsten, I promise. My name was gonna be Kirsten.
Yes, and then how about this? Like, okay, it is Quencie. So you might want to associate it with Quincy Jones because like he's phenomenal, right? No, my mom was watching an old white man called Dr. Quincy. It was a TV show while she was pregnant. So not only am I from Springfield, but I can't even claim Quincy Jones that's why I was named. You know, you watching an old white doctor. Oh, it's gonna be Quincy. Oh, what? I'm gonna change the spelling. It's a girl.
So that's why I love Black folks.
I know, but the one moment that changed my whole vibe about my name was I'm a big Whitney Houston fan, and when I got the opportunity to interview her on MTV, after the interview, the first thing she said was, "I love your name." I was like, "Oh my God, no!" The person that I love gonna tell me she loved my name, which I hated forever. So I embraced it more.
Listen, something about those cues, I'm telling you.
But yeah, yours, it's kind of sad, but I love that Oprah said that because, you know, gave power to it. Because, you know, Oprah, who named Oprah?
Yeah.
Oprah's a different name.
Yeah, it's a different name. It's a different name. Yeah, but I remember her saying that. She said it so quick, and I was like, wow. And that same, and I was so, what's so funny about that event is that I wanted to blog and be able to interview her because I had manifested Oprah, and I was like, nobody is gonna believe, because I'm like, do we even get a picture with her? And when you're on the red carpet, you can't do that. You can't be starstruck. You can't do that. You just got to be like, and you know, and I wasn't starstruck or anything. I was just thinking in my head, like, am I gonna be able to get a picture with her? You know, nobody's gonna believe that I was on the red carpet with Oprah.
Right.
Nobody's gonna believe this. And so I asked my friend who was the publicist for the young lady who was having the event. She's like, no, you're probably not gonna be able to get any pictures. You know, this is the closest you're gonna get with Oprah. And so I was so sad. And 2 days later, one of my girlfriends called me, and she's like, where are you at? What are you doing? And I was like, I'm leaving a book signing. And she's like, okay, well, where were you a few days ago? Like, were you anywhere near Oprah? And I was like, yeah, I went to an event a couple of days ago where it was at Minnie's Pantry. She said, girl, you're on Entertainment Tonight, standing behind Oprah. And so I have this picture where they took a picture of me, and I'm just standing there, and Oprah's right there. I'm standing behind her on the red carpet.
Listen, you manifested that thing. Now you're gonna make me tell my Oprah story. Now
Girl, tell me. Look, I got time today.
well, you know, my best friend and I, Tam, who has filmed all of my interviews, we went to a taping in LA. It was actually at the OWN offices before they're in a bigger place now, but before they were on Wilshire Boulevard, and they turned their little lunch area into a taping. And it was back when she was doing not Fix My Life, but Life Class, and Iyanla Vanzant was the guest, and it was just Oprah. Yeah, and it wasn't that many people in there. It was like, I mean, less than 100 in the audience, and Ariana Huffington. It was some, you know, major people in there. And girl, why we get escorted to sit in the front row by Oprah's sister? I'm like, as close as you are to your phone, like add a few more feet, and that's how close Oprah and Iyanla was, because it wasn't this big area, it was small. And so they're, you know, doing the show or whatever. And during one of the commercial breaks, I looked at Oprah and I said, girl, I just did sign language. I didn't say nothing. I just said, you know, like, can I get a picture afterwards? Yeah. And she was like, okay, right? I can see her. And nobody else knew that but me and her. And so when it was time to clear out, you know, her people were like, okay, you guys can exit this way. And I looked at Oprah like, oh, and she's like, come on.
Like, you lied. You said.
I know. But look, she could have just dismissed it because nobody knew. I really made that agreement
awesome.
with her.
It's awesome that she took her word. Because typically when I learned on the red carpet, when one person's like, let me take a picture, then everybody's like, let me take a picture. And what I remember is her security guards don't play. Like, they were like, can you tap Oprah and make sure that she does the interview with Entertainment Tonight? That's the only interview that she's going to get after this. And I remember trying to tap Oprah on her shoulder, but the security guard was so smooth. He didn't say anything. He just did this turn.
Wow.
And he was looking at me in the corner of his eye, and I saw his little earpiece. I was like, oh, can you just tell her that she can talk to Entertainment Tonight?
Yeah, they don't play. I mean, I think I went to a taping when she had Harpo, and I was trying to give her like a little message. Girl, that security smart. He took that little dope I had. He was like, you ain't gonna be talking to Oprah today. You ain't gonna be giving her no. But how awesome is it that you manifested a picture and had no idea that you were in a picture?
Right.
Girl, That's what's up. That is what's up. I'm so proud. So now it's just sky's the limit. Like,
Yeah.
it's just detailed about exactly what you want to happen. Because I know about manifesting, you know.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
It actually, because it works so well, and now to me it works quick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the universe is sped up, but like it works quick, you know. When I was in my 20s, it scared the crap out of me because like just the things that started here and then manifested out. It's like, what if I manifest the wrong thing? You know, it really
right. And that's where God comes in. That's where that discernment comes in. Because a lot of times, you know, I tell people, I'm like, you know, well, I asked for something and I prayed for something and God didn't give it to me. And I don't think God's hearing my prayers. And I said, I believe that God answers your prayers immediately. And I think it's either the way where God says, yes, I'm going to give you this, or he's like, no, I'm blocking that. That's not what you want. That's not what you need right now at this time. Maybe later, but I'm not giving it to you right now. I don't see, because a lot of times we wish for stuff and we pray for stuff that we're not ready for. Like, you know, it's like I'm praying for $1 million and I can't hold on to $5 20 minutes. So, you know, it's like
yeah, then you'll be on the show how you lost $1 million.
Right. So God's not gonna do that. Like, God is not gonna do that. So yeah, so it's you know, I believe it's all of what you believe in your mind and your heart. And if you truly believe, it'll come into fruition. And if there's any doubt there, then it's not. You know. So
I believe you. Listen, where's the collection plate again? Shantaquillette is just going off again, dropping all kind of bars. And
I just learned what go off means and ate late this year. Somebody said she ate that. I said, what does that mean? I took the phone to my son. I said, what does this mean? My daughter was like, it means that you did great. I said, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, oh, she ate that. And I'm getting ready to comment something. I'm getting mad. What does he mean I ate that? What is this? How dare he say that?
Thank God you got some babies to keep you in check of what how the lingo changes.
And you know I'm kind of curvy, so I'm like, what do you mean I ate that? I'm sensitive when it comes to my weight.
I know, right? They better back up. Don't know it's a compliment.
Right. I wasn't even eating in this video. What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, sky's the limit to you. Sky's the limit to you. And I've enjoyed hearing all of your stories, man. And I just can't wait to see what's coming next, because it's going to be bigger than what's already here.
Yeah. Well, I got another one you might see in a few days. It's actually going viral now. It's at like 700,000 views, so it may reach you. So I hope it reaches you. Yeah.
No, I want to. What's the first video? Because I never seen that video that you described.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please. Yes.
Yeah, you can. I'll inbox it to you, or if you want to be my forever girlfriend, I can text it to you. It's whatever you want.
Listen, we already forever girlfriends. What you mean?
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no. This interview is a confirmation.
Yeah,
this right here
is 2 Qs.
Listen, I already felt the kinship with that big old Q right there. I was like, come on, you know? I just love it. It's been a joy to talk to you. It's been a joy to talk to you, and I look forward to our next chat.
Yes.
I look forward to our next chat because you're gonna be doing some other stuff.
Yes. And I'll give you the interview. I know it's you. I'll be like, yes. Someone trying to reach you by the name of Quencie. Yes, I heard of her. Bring her in.
Because you're going to have security guards just like Oprah.
Yeah.
So
tell Albert I'm fine. Bring her up.
Look, I'm going to have this clip just in case somebody try to get fancy.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, look. She's saying right here.
Look, I got one funny story. Look, I got one funny story to tell you. Just thinking about that. So when I first started blogging, I went to this event, right? And there was like a bunch of snooty people there, you know, pompous people that their nose turned up in the air. So I went, and so I had went there with this guy who was actually a blogger and a stylist himself. So he invited me to this event, and this guy, he introduced me to him, and he says, hey, this is my friend Shantaquillette. And the guy says, Shantaquillette. Yes, I've heard of her. I've heard of her. And I look.
Yeah.
Like,
you like, yeah, show me the receipts.
I'm like, from where? I've been arrested one time. So I was like,
listen, I love it, but that might be something that you hear a lot in the coming in the coming months. But it
was so funny because he absolutely had not heard of me. He just was like he absolutely did not know me. He just had made that up.
Yes, but my thing is, it's a prediction for the future.
It was a prediction for the future. As God was speaking in. But it was so funny. I
know you just like gave him a side eye.
I was so confused. I was like, I'm like, you have?
Well, Oprah did say
I know I had some risky behavior in my early 20s. I was like,
too funny. But listen, I'm claiming it for real. It was, he was lying, but it's gonna be thousands of people who actually can say that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure speaking to you, and I'll make sure that I get you that information. I look forward to our next chat.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Hey, Shantaquillette, follow her. Follow her
follow
right
me,
now.
y'all. I love y'all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.